Over to some breaking inputs coming in from the Congress party. Rahul Gandhi, we are learning, has now reacted on the India-China border issue. He is saying that the government has mishandled the entire China issue. When we were in power, we made sure Pakistan and China do not come together. Now both are standing together. Our government has done mismanagement, I think. Our enemy is preparing. Government needs to listen to the forces. You have to stop politicizing our forces. Don't hide what is happening. China has taken a large chunk of our land. When I talk about government's failure, it doesn't mean I'm targeting the army. That is what the Wayanad MP had to say. Let's also listen in to what Rahul Gandhi said.
कांग्रेस पार्टी ने सक्सेसफुली क्या किया था कि चाइना को और पाकिस्तान को एक कभी नहीं होने देना है. ये सेंट्रल हमारा कॉन्सेप्ट था. ठीक है, और ये काम हमने बहुत सक्सेसफुली किया. आज पाकिस्तान और चाइना एक हो गए और ये कोई मामूली बात नहीं है, ये बहुत गहरी बात है, क्योंकि हमारी सरकार ने मिसहैंडल किया है. हमारी सरकार ने फॉरेन पॉलिसी को मिसहैंडल कर दिया है. अब आपको पूरी प्रिपरेशन करनी है और उस प्रिपरेशन में दो तीन चीजों की जरूरत है. सबसे पहले आपको सेना, वायुसेना, नेवी, जो भी हमारे स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं, उनकी बात सुननी है. जो बॉर्डर पे हो रहा है उसको आप छुपाइए मत, क्योंकि चाइना को मैसेज जा रहा है. देखिए, चाइना 2000 स्क्वायर किलोमीटर हमारी जमीन ले गया है. जब मैं सरकार की बात करता हूं, एकदम कहते हैं मैं आर्मी की बात कर रहा हूं. नहीं.
All right, for more details, let's quickly go across to our political editor Pallavi, who's on the phone line. Pallavi, important to place this into perspective, considering we know that the BJP has time and again questioned the proximity that the Gandhis have had with China. At the same time, the BJP is very vocal about how India lost land to China during the time of Nehru and that this is not Nehru's time.
Yes, and in fact, what he said today at the press conference is very much in sync with the line that he has always been taking. That, it's wrong to go back and blame history, it's wrong to go back and blame Jawaharlal Nehru for a situation in China. It's this government. And, he reiterated the point again and again. He kept on making the point that I'm not raising question marks over the army. You cannot blame them at all. It's actually the government which has completely failed to handle the situation. They only ended up emboldening both China as well as Pakistan because of a complete diplomatic failure on the behalf of the government, how they have not been able to control the entire situation.
Right, Pallavi, also this comes shortly after this massive criticism that had followed Rahul Gandhi's earlier statement rather, which was to do with the Tawang escalation that took place earlier.
Yes, absolutely. And in fact, if you notice, when that the details had come out on 9 December, despite the fact that the government had issued a statement on the floor of the House, the Congress party certainly hadn't bought and accepted that statement. They had kept on making the point that obviously this was a failure. And why is it that the government was covering up? And why is it that they're not even having a debate and discussion so as to know the details?
All right, Pallavi, stay with us. I'm also joined in by Charan Singh Sapra of the Congress Party. Charan Singh Sapra, how do you assess Rahul Gandhi's statement in the wake of constant allegations coming for your party and the Gandhis, especially from the BJP, which has only maintained that the Gandhis have no right to speak about India and China, especially at a time when it was during Nehru's time that India lost land to China?
See, does the BJP want that even after 20 soldiers who were martyred in Galwan, the opposition should not ask any question to them? Why should not we ask them question that where our soldiers got martyred, on our land or on the Chinese land?
No, but
what is happening in Tawang?
But the recent reaction that came in from Rahul Gandhi prior to the one today was soon after Tawang happened, right?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Did clashes, they never happened in Tawang? Do you want to say that? You want to give a clean sheet to this government? That there were no clashes in Tawang, there were no clashes in Galwan, nobody has entered into Indian
nobody has
territory.
denied that. Even the Raksha Mantri admitted to it in the parliament, Charan Singh Sapra. So there's no denial that there was no Tawang or there was no Galwan. But having said that, yes, of course, you are in complete right as the opposition party to question what happened. But then, as you know, the ruling government has always said that this is also a threat to the nation's security. How do you react to that?
See, the government should also spell out what is the national strategy to tackle China. Why there should not be a China-specific strategy? That's what opposition is asking, and that's what media should also ask the ruling party. Questions should be asked to the ruling party: why Galwan happened, why Tawang happened, and what is the strategy of the ruling party to tackle China? You just can't keep banning the app.
But Charan Singh Sabra, the External Affairs Minister, Dr. Jaishankar, has made it amply clear that there's no possibility of a dialogue between India and China till there will be no peace on the borders, and that it will be the peace at the borders that will decide any possibility of a dialogue. Isn't that enough finality to the kind of strategy we have towards China?
No, that's not enough, because slowly and steadily China is entering into our territory, whether it is through Arunachal Pradesh, whether it is through Ladakh, or whether it is through any other part. We have a 3,500 kilometer border with China. So government needs to have a perfect strategy. That should be a diplomatic strategy, military strategy, and the strategy should be discussed with the opposition leaders. That the opposition leaders also have the right in democracy to know what is going to be the China-specific strategy.
Right.
Why the government doesn't want to spell on that? Why they don't want to name China? Why they don't want to defend China? What are the reasons behind it?
Charan Singh Sabra, we will be delving deeper into this. In the meantime, let's also listen into how the BJP has been reacting. For now, I have a reaction from Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi. Let's listen in.
71 के वॉर के समय इंदिरा जी का कैसे समर्थन किया था, और 62 की चाइना वॉर में तब हम जनसंघ थे, जनसंघी नहीं, राष्ट्रीय स्वयंसेवक संघ ने इस कदर समर्थन किया था कि नेहरू जी ने न सिर्फ प्रशंसा की थी बल्कि 26 जनवरी में बुलाया था। इसलिए मैं कहता हूं, सीखिए कि जिम्मेदार विपक्ष की भूमिका किस ढंग से निभाई जाती है। मैंने कहा, सेना को अपना काम करने दीजिए। हम भी कहना चाहते हैं, सेना को अपना काम करने दीजिए। बैरक ओबामा ने अपनी किताब द प्रॉमिस लैंड में 2010 में भारत की विजिट के दौरान डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह के संदर्भ से यह लिखा है कि 26/11 के हमले के बाद सेना कड़ी कार्रवाई के लिए तैयार थी, पर उस समय आपकी सरकार ने इसलिए कार्रवाई नहीं की कि आपको लगा उससे उपजे वातावरण से भारतीय जनता पार्टी को लाभ ना हो जाए। काम करने दीजिए। वहां से लेके 1960 में जब जनरल करियप्पा ने कहा था तो नेहरू जी ने कार्रवाई नहीं करने दी थी, जैसे हम कर रहे हैं, करने दे रहे हैं, और सेना शौर्य के साथ मैदान मारती हुई दिखाई पड़ती है। कभी कहते हैं कि अर्थव्यवस्था में मैन्युफैक्चरिंग नहीं दिख रही है। अभी भारत ने 20,000 करोड़ रुपए के स्मार्टफोन।
All right, I'm also joined in by Mr. R.P. Singh right now. Mr. Singh, how do you counter the kind of allegations that are coming in from the Congress party and especially Rahul Gandhi? There clearly seems to be no end to as far as a scathing attack on India's foreign policy, especially with regards to China and Pakistan is concerned.
I said Mr. Kapra on your panel,
right,
and the only word which he kept repeating was, tell us the military strategy, tell us the strategies. And their leaders ask for the deployment of the armed forces. So they want us to tell them the strategic part of the army, the military, how they are deployed, what are they doing, so that this can go across the border and then they can work according to that. And there's a problem with the opposition. I'm using that harsh word. They are doing it on behalf of China. They are just doing it to help China to know our military strategy. That's why they are trying to build up this pressure within the country now.
Charan Singh Sabra, okay, I'll let you finish. Before I go to Charan. Right, go ahead.
Secondly, after 20, my friend Sudhanshu Trivedi just told about General Kariappa, but after even 26/11, the then Air Force Chief requested Manmohan Singh that they want to go and attack Pakistan and give us permission for that. He was denied. The Air Force Chief on the record. Thirdly, Mr. Sapra has been again and again repeating, our land has been occupied by China, but they only believe in the Global Times, the newspaper of the China Communist Party of China, but they don't believe in Mr. Narwani, the army chief, who was on record and categorically stated not an inch of Indian land has been occupied by the Chinese. Fourthly,